From buying million-dollar cars to purchasing a tiger, this is how NBA legends spend their millions. And first up, we have to start with the greatest shooter of all time, because Steph Curry dropped $8 million just to avoid traffic. In 2019, the Warriors switched their practice facility from Oakland to San Francisco. This change caused Steph to be late to practice every single day. So instead of leaving a few minutes early, Steph copped a condo in San Francisco for $8 million. But that's nothing to Steph Curry, because his car collection is truly one of a kind. He owns a Porsche 911 GT3, which costs around $160,000. And he owns another Porsche, the Panorama Turbo S, which is worth $180,000. But those aren't the only cars he owns. He also bought a Mercedes-Benz G55 for $130,000, plus a Tesla Model X that cost him 100 racks. But at least now, he can drive his daughter around safely. Now, Steph isn't the only NBA legend that's into cars, because LeBron has a collection that would make everyone else's look silly. A Ferrari 458 Spider, a Ferrari 599, a Mercedes Maybach 57S, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and a Lamborghini Aventador. But his most expensive car is his 2013 Porsche 918 Spider. With a 4.6-liter V8 engine, 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds, and 875 horsepower, this beast goes for $1.4 million. And it happens to be a part of a limited collection, with only 918 of them in the entire world. But that's not all LeBron spends his money on, because his house in LA is worth over $52 million. This house comes with 8 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms, and he had to make sure it was fully tricked out, with the movie theater, massage room, guest house, and a massive pool. But that's not all for the king, because he owns a house in the hills. He bought it in 2020 for $36 million, plus another LA home. He bought it in 2015 for $21 million, meaning he owns over $80 million of real estate in Los Angeles alone, not including his $9 million mansion in Ohio, which comes with 19 rooms, 30,000 square feet, and a private bowling alley. LeBron sure knows how to spend his money, but it's nothing compared to what Michael Jordan owns. His 56,000 square foot house was custom made just for him. Pulling up straight to the house, you're met with the legendary 23 on the gate. And as you go further in, he has not only his own tennis court, but a full-size basketball court as well. It also comes with 19 bathrooms and its own guest house with 3 bedrooms. As of now, Jordan has it up for sale. So if you're watching this video, you could be the owner for the small price of $14.9 million. Now, with a net worth of $1.7 billion, it's no surprise he owns more than just a house. He bought his own golf course for $15 million, so no one else would bother him while he's trying to hit a hole-in-one. He also bought a private jet for $61.5 million. Jordan customized his jet to be wrapped in white and blue for North Carolina, and of course, had to have the N23 6MJ sticker put on to represent his number, championships he's won, and his initials. But as if the plane wasn't enough, he also purchased his very own super yacht for $80 million. The yacht extends over 220 feet and comes with a movie theater, private chef, and basketball court, just in case you need to put a few shots up in the middle of the ocean. Now, all this comes at a price, because not only did this yacht cost Jordan $80 million, but it cost him over $1 million to maintain every single week. That's more money than most people will see in their lifetime, just to maintain it. However, that's not even the most expensive thing Michael Jordan owns, because in 2010, he bought his own team. He purchased the Charlotte Hornets for $175 million, and this investment paid off, with the Hornets being worth over $1 billion today. With all this money, he was able to purchase the most expensive car any NBA player owns. MJ owned a Mercedes McLaren SLR 722 edition, which goes for over $3 million, plus a Bugatti Veyron that's worth over $2 million. But Michael Jordan isn't the only NBA player who owns a team and drives fast cars, because in 2021, Dwayne Wade decided to purchase a part of the Utah Jazz. After a 16-year NBA career, where he made around $200 million, Wade decided he wanted to stick around basketball. However, not everyone is as rich as Michael Jordan and is able to afford an entire NBA team. So with the Jazz being worth $1.75 billion, Wade became a partial owner. But spending millions of dollars is nothing new to Dwayne Wade, because he has a one-of-a-kind shoe worth over $4 million. The sneakers are called the Fire Monkey, which celebrates Chinese New Year and the Year of the Monkey. The size 15 shoes are covered in diamonds and sapphires, plus a tag made of solid 18 karat gold, making it one of the most expensive pair of shoes in the entire world. Even more expensive than his McLaren 570S. In 2018, Wade had to spoil himself and dropped $300K on a Mantis Green McLaren. With a top speed of 204 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, this car is worth every penny. But not everyone is a fan of the color.
Do you want to tell me about the color of your car, bro? What the hell is this thing, bro? What's the color? Is this? It's.
Now, driving fast cars and owning a $4 million pair of shoes is just part of the NBA lifestyle. But what you don't normally hear is how an NBA legend's mistake cost him over $5 million. Scottie Pippen was Michael Jordan's right-hand man, winning 6 NBA championships. And although he was successful on the court, he made one of the dumbest purchases in NBA history. Back in 2002, Scottie was finishing his career with the Portland Trail Blazers. It was his turn to sign a massive contract, signing a 4-year, $66 million deal. And he figured it was about time to put that money to use. So he dropped $4.3 million on a private jet, but he made a costly mistake. Instead of inspecting the jet, he just trusted that it worked. And to his surprise, the jet couldn't fly. So he had to spend another $1 million in repairs just to get it off the ground. Losing over $5 million would have most people regretting their life decisions. But $5 million is nothing compared to the $200 million Allen Iverson lost. Iverson was the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft, being one of the most exciting players to ever touch the NBA floor. Iverson was known more for the style he brought to the NBA off the floor. He made a little over $200 million in his NBA career. And if it wasn't for Reebok, Iverson would be broke, living on the streets. Allen never had any issues making money. His problems were the way he spent it. Every month, he would drop $10K on groceries, clothes, and restaurants, not including the $40K he would spend going out to clubs on a regular basis, and spending around $125,000 paying for his mansion every single month. But the worst example of his spending was when Iverson landed at the airport. He was having trouble finding his car, but instead of asking for help, this man went and bought a new car. Literally went to the dealership, bought a new car, and left. This man is crazy, but his money problems would start to be clear after he retired in 2010. In 2011, he had his Lamborghini impounded for not providing proof that he owned the car. In 2012, news broke that he had gone through all of his $200 million career earnings. And that same year, he filed for bankruptcy when he was unable to pay his $900,000 debt to a jewelry store. Iverson had hit rock bottom. But it was around this time when the public found out about the deal with Reebok he signed in 2001. His lifetime deal includes them paying him $800,000 every single year. And when he turns 55 in 2030, he can collect $32 million out of a trust fund that Reebok put together for him. This Reebok deal not only solved his money problems, but also kept him from living on the streets. Now, although NBA legends spend millions of dollars, some of them are just as cheap as you and me. Kawhi Leonard came into the NBA in 2011 and recently signed a deal with the Clippers for 4 years, $176 million. And on top of that, he makes millions of dollars a year from his deal with New Balance. But even with all his success, Kawhi still lives like he did before he made his millions. Because as of 2016, Kawhi was still showing up to practice and games, whipping in a 1997 Chevy Tahoe. This was his very first car, and he's owned it since high school. He nicknamed it the Gas Guzzler. And when asked why a millionaire NBA player was driving a 20-year-old Chevy Tahoe, Kawhi responded, "It runs, and it's paid off." Even though he owns a Rolls Royce, that's priced around $350K. But that's not the only example of Kawhi being extremely cheap, because Kawhi's a proud sponsor of Wingstop, and part of his deal is Wingstop sends him coupons for free wings so he can feed his mango habanero addiction. But one day he lost his coupons, and instead of using money from his $1 million contract to feed his addiction, he had to contact Wingstop to supply him with more coupons, which they were happy to do. But most NBA players buy a lot more than just wings. They buy houses for their shoes, and even make purchases that save their life. Don't believe me? Well, check it out right here.